We're telling the story of a man who did not begin with privileged elite connections. Or a polished public image. He began with interruption, uncertainty, and survival. And yet, over time, Zhong Shanshan became the founder and chairman of Nongfu Spring, a major shareholder of Beijing Wantai Biological Pharmacy, and, as of 2026, he remains one of the richest businessmen in China. Zhong Shanshan was born in Hangzhou in 1954, and his childhood unfolded during one of the most chaotic periods in modern Chinese history. His education was disrupted during the Cultural Revolution, and he dropped out of elementary school. Long before anyone would call him a billionaire. He was simply a young boy whose path had been cut short before it could even fully begin. The world did not hand him a clear roadmap. It handed him difficulty early, and that difficulty became the first classroom of his life. When formal education disappeared, Zhong had to rely on he worked construction, doing the kind of labor that teaches you the weight of every hour and the price of every mistake. That kind of life changes a person. It strips away fantasy. It teaches you that no one is coming to rescue you. That comfort is fragile. And that the people who survive are usually the people who keep moving, even when the future is unclear. Before Zhong ever built a company, he built toughness. Before he learned how to manage capital, he learned how to manage hardship. Later, he found work as a newspaper reporter at Zhejiang Daily. And that chapter mattered more than it may seem at first glance. Journalism taught him to observe people, to notice what they cared about, what they revered, what they desired, and what stories could move them. Many entrepreneurs spend years trying to understand the market, learning that skill as a reporter. He learned that success is rarely just about products. It is about perception, trust, timing, and knowing what matters in the mind of the public. But Zhong did not stay in journalism forever. In 1988, he left that relatively stable path and moved to Hainan to chase business opportunities. There, his life was anything but glamorous. He sold mushrooms, he farmed prawns, he sold turtles and health-related products. He also worked as a sales agent for Wahaha before eventually moving on. From the outside, this period might have looked messy, unstable, even directionless. But sometimes the future is not built in a straight line. Sometimes it is built through fragments, through experiments, failed attempts, and rough drafts of the person you are, still becoming, That is one of the first great lessons in Zhong Shanshan's story. Confusing seasons are not wasted seasons. To the impatient eye, his early life may have looked, scattered, constriction, reporting, farming, selling, starting over, but underneath all of that was a pattern. He was learning resilience from labor, communication from journalism, consumer behavior from sales, and adaptability from constant change. He was not lost. He was being shaped. And many people quit too early simply because they misread the season they are in. Then came the move that changed everything. In 1996, Zhong founded Nongfu Spring in Hongkong. On paper, bottled water does not sound like the kind of business that creates legends. It sounds ordinary, simple, almost boring. But great entrepreneurs often see something that others ignore. Zhong understood that water is never just water. Water is trust. Water is safety. Water is daily habit. Water is emotion. Water enters every home, every school, every office, every road trip, every hospital visit. Every moment of thirst. He did not need to invent a futuristic product. He needed to understand an essential one. What made Zhong especially different was not just that he entered the water business. It was how he positioned the company in 1999. Nongfu Spring made a bold shift by stopping the removal of natural minerals from its water and emphasizing natural water rather than purified water. At the time, that was a major differentiator. In a market where purified water was common, this was more than a technical choice. It was branding, psychology, and strategic clarity all at once. Zhong was not merely selling hydration. He was selling a belief that natural was better. That simplicity could be premium, identity. That decision reveals something powerful about entrepreneurship. Winners do not always dominate by being first. Often they dominate by being clearer. They say one thing with conviction while everyone else says 10 things without soul. Zhong understood that strong brands are built when in the customer's mind, source and purity. In business, clarity is leverage. When people understand you instantly, growth becomes easier. Nongfu Spring expanded beyond water into tea juice, functional drinks, coffee, and other beverage categories. The company grew into China's largest packaged water supplier by market share and one of the country's top beverage companies, supported by broad distribution, strong manufacturing capability, and a national sales network. This was not luck. This was disciplined execution layered on top of a simple idea. Zhong did not build a trend. He built an operating system, one that connected source control, branding, manufacturing, and distribution into a durable machine. And this is where many people misunderstand success. They see the fortune, but they do not see the infrastructure. They see the billionaire, but they do not see the thousands of small decisions repeated for years. Real wealth is often boring in its construction. It comes from logistics that work, standards that hold, systems that scale, and discipline that does not collapse when Zhong Shanshan did not build fame first. He built substance first and let the numbers speak later. While Nongfu Spring was growing, Zhong also built influence in healthcare, biological pharmacy enterprise, the maker of vaccines and hepatitis test kits. That second pillar matters because it shows that he understood something deeper. Products tied to human well-being can create durable value when they are built with scale and strategic patience. Water on one side, health on the other. Two industries grounded not in hype, but in need. Then came the year that pushed his wealth. Wantai went public in Shanghai in April 2020. And later that year, Nongfu Spring raised about $1.1 billion in its Hong Kong IPO and began trading in September 2020. Those listings dramatically increased the market value of Zhong's stakes and turned a relatively low-profile businessman into one of the most closely watched billionaires in Asia. To the public, it looks sudden. But sudden success is often just long preparation, meeting public visibility by early 2021. Zhong had risen past Jack Ma to become China's richest person, powered largely by the performance of Nongfu Spring and Wantai. That moment shocked many observers because Zhong was not a flashy tech founder, not a celebrity entrepreneur, and not the face of a trendy digital empire. He became wealthy through products, people, his rise was a reminder that the world and even after the dramatic surge of 2020 and 2021, Zhong remained enormously wealthy. In revenue in 2024, and Wantai generated 2.2 billion yuan in the same year. Those figures are more than numbers. They are proof that his empire was not built on one lucky event. Selling and scaling after the headlines faded. What makes Zhong Shanshan's story so compelling is not only that he became rich, it is that his path breaks the mythology many people have about success. He did not rise through glamour. He did not emerge from a perfect education. He did not become famous first and competent later. He rose from interruption, labor, observation, experimentation, and relentless positioning. His story is a masterclass in building, quietly while others chase visibility. There is also something deeply human in the way his life unfolded. Imagine being a child whose education is cut short. Imagine working construction while others move forward in classrooms. Imagine later trying journalism, then leaving it behind. Imagine selling mushrooms and prawns while carrying the uncertainty of whether any of it will ever lead to something larger. Most people in that situation would feel behind. Many would assume the world had already decided their limits. But Zhong's life teaches a different truth. Being delayed is not the same as being defeated. Another lesson from Zhong is that ordinary industries can hide extraordinary opportunities. Many people chase what looks exciting. They want glamorous sectors, viral products, and immediate admiration. Zhong built wealth from more to think about that. Not because water was sexy. Not because it made headlines. Emotionally relevant when branded the right way. The market often rewards the entrepreneur who can see hidden gold in plain sight. He also understood the power of positioning. A weak business tries to be everything to everyone. A strong business makes one idea unforgettable. Zhong took something as basic as bottled water and wrapped it in a story of natural origin and consumer trust, strategy. People do not only buy what a product is, they buy what it means. And the businesses that last are usually the His life also proves that hardship can sharpen vision instead of destroying it. Hardship can make people bitter, or it can make them precise. Zhong seems to have chosen precision. He learned from labor. He learned from reporting. He learned from selling. He learned from changing directions. Without losing momentum, there is a reason some people crumble under the difference is often whether they allow and maybe that is why his success feels so powerful. It is not the story of a man who had every door open. It is the story of a man who kept walking, even when he had to build the door himself. He did not wait for perfect conditions. He moved with what he had. He used incomplete beginnings. He used unglamorous opportunities. He used lessons from jobs, other people. And step by step, he turned scattered experiences into strategic advantage. For anyone listening today who feels late, uncertain, or underestimated, worth remembering. Your early chapter does not have to look impressive to become important. The work you do now may seem small. The field you are in may seem ordinary. The process may feel slow. But none of that disqualifies you from building something extraordinary. The world tends to notice success only after the climb is over. It rarely sees the years of quiet preparation underneath. So when you look at Zhong Shanshan, do not just see a billionaire. See the school dropout who kept going. See the construction worker who learned. See the reporter who learned how people think. See the struggling entrepreneur who tried different paths before finding the right one. See the founder who dared to make a simple product feel distinct. See the builder who proved that patience. This is why stories like his matter on. They remind us that real success is rarely it is built in silence. It is tested by uncertainty. It is shaped by pain, sharpened by failure, and revealed only after years of discipline. Zhong Shanshan did not become powerful by chasing attention. He became powerful by understanding value and delivering it again and again. And perhaps the deepest lesson of all is but it does not get to define your ceiling unless you surrender it. Zhong Shanshan's life began with disruption, but it did not end there. He kept moving, kept learning, kept adapting. And kept building until the very strengths So the next time you feel discouraged by a slow start, remember his journey. Remember that a broken beginning can still lead to a remarkable destination. Remember that there is dignity in ordinary work, wisdom in hard seasons, and opportunity in places others overlook. And remember that greatness often grows quietly, long before the world has a name for it. Zhong Shanshan's story is not just about becoming rich. It is about becoming resilient enough and clear enough to turn a difficult life. And that may be the kind of success that